Hi there. Well, in today's video I'd like to talk about a challenge really we need to place for ourselves. Now first of all, I have to admit that I have again succumbed to gas. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I've always wanted an EM1, an OMD EM1. The opportunity came up to buy a used one from somebody who had upgraded, and I couldn't pass it up. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about basically challenging yourself, but not challenging yourself this time with technique, not challenging yourself necessarily with subject matter, but challenging yourself with the gear you already own. I am going to be taking that camera, which is new to me and therefore something I need to learn. I will be placing on it a 25mm f1.7 lens, digging out my old Koken filter system from the dark ages, and giving it a try. In the film days, I shot almost everything on a 50mm lens. My first camera had just a 50mm. I later added a 28mm f2.8, which I never really came to terms with. In the film days, it was difficult because it was expensive to shoot enough with that lens to really learn how to use it, and I was never happy enough with the results to actually put in that effort. My other lens was a 75 to 150 f3.8 zoom, which was my telephoto lens. Everything else was a 51.7. Later I got a Minolta Maxim 5000, which I took with me on my first real vacation to Cuba around 2001, and with that I also just used a 51.7 on that vacation and got some marvelous shots. Anyhow, I'm going back to basics. I'm taking my newly acquired camera, I'm putting my Lumix, Panasonic Lumix 25mm f1.7 on it, because that is a 50mm equivalent. I am grabbing a 46 to 49mm adapter so I can put my Koken filters on it to try those out as well. And really challenge myself to work the scene, use my feet, not stand in one spot and zoom back and forth like so many of us so often end up doing. If you have a camera system now and you want to try out the nifty-50 techniques, well, if it's APS-C, get yourself a 35mm lens if you already have one. If you don't, set your zoom on 35mm and just try taking all your pictures at that focal length for a while and see if you come to terms with it. I'll be sticking my 35 f2 on my Pentax and my 25-1.7 on my my Olympus. If you have a full-frame camera, of course, go for the 50. I mean, after all, that is the normal focal length, the one that will give you the closest to the same field of view that we perceive, not that we see. Remember, our eyesight will give us a view of nearly 180 degrees, but peripheral vision is not really focused. Our focused view is about the equivalent of what you see with a 50mm on a full frame, a 35 on an APS-C, a 25 on a Micro Four Thirds, around an 80mm on a medium format. Anyhow, enough talk about it. I'm going to go out and do it. So guys, if you want to challenge yourself, pick a single focal length. Put it on your camera, work it. Scenes that you think this focal length is inappropriate for, try it anyway. See if you can make it work. Maybe it's a wide angle you want to try. Maybe you don't want to go with the 50 equivalent. That's up to you. Maybe it's telephoto that you're having trouble with. So get your longest lens. Go out and play with it. Basically, challenge yourself to either relearn an old skill, which is what I'm going to do, or take a lens that you hardly ever use and learn how to use it to the best of its ability. Alright, if you like this video, click like. If you enjoy my videos and you want to see more, then of course subscribe. And if you know someone who may get some value out of this particular video, then by all means share it. And I think I'm over my guess for now. Maybe. Bye for now.